What's your take on it? Is the government doing enough?
Well, I mean, I don't, first of all, really know anything about the plan, but it does appear that there's not really any concrete plan, that there's a vague aspiration. I mean, I understand the government not giving dates on when various activities in society will recommence. What I don't understand is not giving criteria for when that could happen. I appreciate Dr. Scally's position is that really society can't start to function until we get to zero COVID. If that's the government's position, then they need to set that out. If that's not the government's position, then I think they do need to give people criteria to know when various activities will recommence, whether that's outdoor gatherings, whether that's two households meeting outdoors, whether that's getting everybody back to school, whether that's commencing reconstruction, because we do have a housing crisis in this country, which obviously must be very difficult for people who are living in crowded accommodation or don't have a home at this time. But I want to know what the government's position is. When is it safe to start construction? When is it safe to get everybody back to school? When is it safe to get our third level students back into campuses? When is it safe to do things that people normally do in society, even if that's not indoors in poorly ventilated areas, but outdoors, because we are heading in, I know it doesn't look like that this morning, at least not in Clare, but we are heading into the spring and summer. Boris Johnson has said that there is no credible route to a zero COVID Britain or indeed a zero COVID world, and we cannot persist indefinitely with restrictions that debilitate our economy, our physical and mental well-being and the life chances of our children. Now, we may disagree with him or we may not like him, but if Britain, with which we have an open border, at least we still have an open border with Britain, is not pursuing a zero COVID strategy, if they're adopting a living with COVID strategy, and if other European countries are equally not pursuing a zero COVID strategy, it's not clear to me how we can do that.
Stay with us. I'd like to put that to Gabriel Scally. Gabriel, what about that? If Britain aren't into zero COVID, what's the point of us being into it?
Well, it's not true about the whole of Britain. Nicola Sturgeon has made very clear that she wants to move to a zero COVID Scotland, and she is seeking the powers and trying to take the actions to do that. Now, that's obviously difficult because there is the issue of the Scottish border, which isn't as big as the Northern Ireland Republic of Ireland border, but it's still a major obstacle.